Week 9 in the SFL comes to a close here in the Pacific Northwest as the Carolina Skyhawks travel into town to take on the Washington Trident. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike O'Neill. Alongside me in the booth tonight, Anthony Ellison. We got Dwayne Schindler and Eddie Gage in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine producing for us back at SFL HQ. Anthony, let's talk about this. We've got two 5-win teams coming into this matchup, each looking for their 6th. What kind of game are the folks at home in for tonight?
A absolute barn burner right here. We got two division leaders, Carolina in the East, Washington in the West right here. And they're both looking to stay on top of the leaderboard. Both divisions are really tight, so any loss can set them down 2 to 3 rankings right here. So we're gonna see how they match up. It's all gonna be about the scouting and the coaching, and this is gonna be a good one.
Absolutely, as we see, looks like Carolina's getting the ball first. As Washington gets ready to kick off here in the Pacific Northwest, you see the big statue in the background. A little intimidating there, Ant.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like they got eyes watching down on this game right here. So this is going to be a good one.
And the kickoff is not going to be returned. It's going to be taken for a touchback as we see Marcus Dunhill trot out here, and Carolina's offense. Marcus Dunhill coming over here for quarterback for Carolina this season, and I'll tell you what, we know what this guy can do, Ant.
Oh, absolutely. Former MVP, 4-time All-Star right here. Has the poise of a veteran quarterback here, 6'5", 215. Knows how to lead a team.
He's going to toss it out to the left side, and that's going to be down the sideline. Wow, that's Quintero there all the way down the sideline taking it. That's a big gain for Carolina to start things off.
And Mike, well, what we gonna need to see more of is that Quintero and Prasad, your two running backs there, you got to get them started early and often, and that's going to open up your passing game. You never want to be a one-dimensional football team. You got to mix in those runs, get them started going early.
Absolutely. Bunch set, and he's going to hand it off to the right side, try and make a move and can't get it. He's going to be stopped. That's number 26, his counterpart, Harish Prasad. So we see the other running back. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Carolina offense. As you see Marcus Dunhill under center, Quintero and Prasad are the running backs. Tony Zoma at fullback, Nolan Pierce, Chase Earl, Adam Banks, and Chris Curtis are the wide receivers. So we get ready for this 2nd and 10 here. Dunhill's going to drop back, find his way, fire across to the left side. It's going to be broken up by the defender. That was number 49, Maxwell Quimby, got a hand on it.
To help save your defense here, if your front four can create pressure, that means you can put more defensive backs right there in zone coverage. Right there, front four got a little bit decent pressure. The ball came out a little bit before they needed to, set up a 3rd and long.
Loving this bunch set early here, and 3rd and 10 here. Carolina's got to make something happen. He's going to roll out. He's going to break a sack, fire down the left side, and that's going to be overthrown. He was trying to get it to Vince DeSantis, the tight end, and just overthrew him. You got to imagine the pressure had something to do with that, Ant.
Yep, slot cornerback Mark Kaufman came in on that blitz right there, wasn't accounted for by the offensive line, and he had to shake it off. That could have been trouble. That could have been a sack right there. And it led to an overthrow on the pass. Great stop by Washington in the first drive.
Huge stop by Washington as Malone Brown punts it out and had some hang time on it. As we're going to see Washington come out here. And let's talk about this Washington team, all right? They come over, rebrand to the Washington Trident from the Motor City V8s, and it's like this team has taken an entirely new format.
Yeah, and they're top 5 in passing, and they're top 5 when giving up the run right here. So you're going to see them pass the ball. That's their bread and butter. But like I said on the side of the ball, to get that exciting passing, you got to run the ball a little bit.
Utah's going to drop back, fire down, and he's got a receiver. That is Phil Cause, wide receiver, former tight end. And, man, how about the go-ahead first down play, Ant?
Yep, absolute strike right there. You know you cannot get inside coverage of a receiver right there. Big frame coming out of there, number 81, Phil Coss, 6'5", 240. You have to shade him on the outside. They like to throw the ball over the middle, so you really got to recognize where's your coverage at.
Another pro set here, split pro here for the Trident as he's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be the first run that we see out of Actually, that was Christopher Dean, the halfback, getting a great pickup of 6 here.
Yeah, great run right there. Like I said, not every play needs to be a big play right there. 6 yards, if you can average 4 to 6 yards on a run, that gives you a first down, but it set up a predictable second down. You can throw the ball now, knowing you still got a third down coming up.
Utah going to hand it off to the right side, and that's going to be stopped after a good gain, setting up a 3rd and short. That was Kaufman on that. Let's look at this Washington Trident offense. Tommy Utah under center, Shane Kaufman and Christopher Dean are your halfbacks. Your fullback is Julian Gusters, King Alexander, Johan Sutherland, Terrell Cooper, and Phil Koss are your wide receivers. Azami Mahata is the tight end. They're going to hand off up the middle, and they're going to try and get it. The referees are going to say that they got the first down, that we might see a challenge on this one, Amp, but as for now, Washington's got a first down.
Yeah, that's something that definitely I would challenge right there, just because I'm looking at the point of the football. Now, when we go back and we look at the challenge, look where the football is relatively to the first down marker. I saw the ball on his right hand, which was behind the first down marker, but this is something that you definitely want to look at early.
So we're going to get our first Retroid retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. And didn't look like, to me, that he got it. It looked like he was a little short. Ant. What about you?
It's all about where they stop it at forward progress. I think they might give him the first down.
It's overturned. Okay. So it was. They are going to say it is a little short. So now Washington has a little bit of a decision to make here early on. 4th and inches. What are you doing here, Ant?
Their only 4th down conversion, they did convert it, so they're 100% right here. But I'm punting. I would punt the football, but they're confident in their offense. They are. I love it.
Set it up there. All right. 4th and inches here as Utah's under center. We've got a jack set. We're gonna have the fullback going in motion from right to left. Carolina playing a little bit of a softbox. They're gonna run it up the middle, and it's gonna get close, and they're gonna say he gets it. And wow, Christopher Dean up the middle gets the first down, and just like that, Washington's got a fresh set of downs here.
Keeping the perfect streak alive on 4th down conversion right there. Good job opening up that box, but that motion that took the safety out of the picture.
Utah's going to fire out to the left side into the flat. He's got a running back who picks up about 4, and that's going to be Shane Kaufman there. Good pickup of 4.
Love it. Stretch the field, right? You know, you got to give it to the running back there, make them keep it honest. I guarantee you now that linebacker is going to keep an eye on that running back out of the backfield. And what's going to lead? Your tight end over in the middle where that empty position is.
2nd and 6 here. Utah's going to drop back, stand in the pocket. He's got a little bit of a time. Fires across the middle. It's overthrown. He was trying to get it. It looked like to a tight end there. It might have been Julian Gusters from the fullback position downfield he's trying to find.
Yeah, he had to move his feet a little bit too much right there because of the pressure that came from Carolina right there. Now setting up a 3rd and 6.
Same look here. They're going to go the split spread. Carolina sending some pressure from the outside, and they back it off. Utah fires across the middle, and he's got a receiver, Terrell Cooper, across the middle for the first down.
And I thought that could have been an interception right there. But once again, the pocket was really clean. Gave him time to throw it right behind it. It's a little bit behind. You got to be careful. When you're throwing it over middle, you can't throw it behind because number 29 for their team, the safety, was lurking that. And that could have been an interception.
That was Abari Amin Eaglin lurking there, and we'll see here on 1st and 10, split spread look. They're going to send motion from the right to the left. Looks like some zone coverage here for Carolina. As Utah takes the snap, he's going to sit back in the pocket. He's got a little bit of time, nearly intercepted, and it was intercepted off the tip. And he's going to take it down the sideline and get back to the 13-yard line. That was Skippy Curtis, the free safety, making it happen.
Yeah, it looks like the linebacker right there playing in that cover 2. Good job getting depth on the ball right there to be able to knock it down. Tip drill. You're practicing it. You practice that in practice all the time right there. You can't get your hand on it. Tip it. Try to see if your other defensive backs can get it.
Yeah, they teach you that in Little League. I mean, even in Pee Wee, that ball goes up in the air. Everybody yells ball, and everybody starts looking up and looking around to find it. Skippy Curtis comes down with it there, and Carolina Skyhawks now setting up shop. 1st and 10 here. Dunhill under center. He's going to have a man in motion going from the right side to the left side. He's got 3 receivers on the left side now. Lone back in the backfield. Dunhill's going to step back in the pocket. He's got a little bit of pressure, fires down, and that's nearly caught. He was trying to get it to number 86, Vince DeSantis, and just couldn't hang on.
And back to that interception for Carolina. They have two linebackers, Stinson and Prasad, who are 5 and 3 in interception. They got 8 interceptions together. Those are linebackers. They play great coverage right there. They're going to play that cover too. You got to be mindful of it.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10 here. Dunhill under center. Again, they're going to go motion from right to left. The same exact look, Ant, that we just saw. Lone back in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left. Dunhill's going to fire across the middle, and this time, no, he cannot hang on to it again. Tried to get it to Adam Banks, and this time, number 20 comes up big there. It's Mark Kaufman.
Yeah, I would be honest, looking at the weak side over there, when you motion, you got trips on the high side, look for the bottom of the field. There was a lot of open grass right there instead of trying to force it.
3rd and 10, trips to the right here for Dunhill. Dunhill's going to stop. They're going to leave protection in the backfield. He's going to run up the middle. He got the first down. What a smart move by the veteran quarterback.
Yep, and what Dunhill saw was the middle of the field open, and when you see the back of the numbers of the defender, that means you can run because they're playing man coverage. Recognize man coverage and recognize that they were running with the receivers and the middle was wide open. Good job stepping up in that pocket.
So a fresh set of down here after a couple big drops for Carolina. 1st and 10, Dunhill under center again. We've got 2 wide receivers to the right. Lone back in the backfield. He's going to hand it off. That's going to be Quintero who takes it up, and that's going to be a gain of 6 yards here on 1st down.
Love it. Scott Pancake right there. You saw number 79, the tackle, kicks out the defensive end. I love the running back making that decision to cut inside to get more yardage.
2nd and 4, a little bit heavier set here for the Skyhawks. They're going to hand it off to the left side, and that's going to be blown up. No gain. They're going to say he just got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was number 22 on that. John DeSantis, the corner, coming in for some run coverage.
Yeah, you love it. You don't usually see that. You usually see them play in the secondary for interceptions, but when you can get a cornerback going up there, making a tackle, making it a complete defensive player, I love it.
3rd and 4 here. Carolina's going to hand it off, and that's going to be blown up after a gain of 1. Quintero had nowhere to go. 54 comes in, and Nathaniel Diggs, the outside linebacker, and not much you can do there with that.
Yeah, not at all right there. Diggs stood his ground right there, shed off the blocker, and just made a good tackle to prevent that first down.
So we're going to see another punt here. As Malone Brown punts it off. That's going to be a fair catch at the 37 for Washington. Let's finish taking a look at this Washington Trident offense. So we got Azami Mahada at tight end. We've got on the offensive line, we've got Robert Thump, Scott Pancake, Bill McMillan, Phil McMillan, Charles Michael, and Dakota Butts. And they've got a pretty good offensive line, Ann.
Really good, like good rotation on the offensive line right there. Gonna keep the pocket clean for Utah.
1st and 10, we're going to see a split spread look again. Motion receiver from the right to the left. Now 2 receivers on the left side of Tommy Utah. 2 backs in the backfield, and Utah's going to step back in the pocket, fire across the middle. He's got a receiver. It looked like the play they tried to hit earlier to Azami Mahada, and that's a 1st down for Washington.
Yeah, and that time they just waited just another half a second to get a little bit more depth behind that linebacker. The perfect throw on that coverage is right there between the safety, right behind the linebacker. When you don't do that and the linebacker can get enough depth back, that's when interceptions can happen. Good throw by Utah.
1st and 10. I-Twins look as Utah's going to step back into the pocket. He's got a little bit of a time. Fires out to the right side, and that's caught. Number 81, Phil Cause on that reception. It looked like a little bit of a corner route, Ant.
Yeah, they stared in the middle of the field, froze the safety so that corner could get right behind the defensive back right there. I love the play call right there. What a way to recognize to stay in bounds with that little back shoulder throw.
Yeah, it makes it so tough. That scissors concept on the right side, Ant, makes it so tough for those safeties. And Washington right now doing a really good job with their passing concepts. 1st and 10 here. As Utah waits the snap. No motion here. Utah's going to step back into the pocket, fire downfield across the middle. He's got Mahada, and they're going to say he's down at the 1, nearly a touchdown.
And we're seeing why they have a prolific offense right here. It's the pass designs right here. But it all starts at the line. When you have a clean pocket, you have time. Because this is a long developing play. This is a seam route with your tight end. So it takes some time. Great throw in the seams, came down with it, took the hit as well.
So 1st and goal here for the Trident, and this crowd right now is loud. It's loving it. Jack's look here. Got a stacked front. He's going to hand it off across the middle, and that is going to be a touchdown. Christopher Dean over the line to go, and that's a touchdown there for Washington Trident.
Yes, after throwing a interception in the last drive, having the short memory to go back on the field and do exactly what you've been practicing for is phenomenal. Great passes over the middle. They ran it when they need to. That offensive line said, we got your back, Utah. So we're going to push them, and that's exactly what they did.
So Washington putting 7 up just like that. And we've seen a couple of punts here, and you got to think Carolina, we've seen some production out of their offense, but the drops have to correct a little bit.
Yeah, and once again, we need to see more of the running game for Carolina right there. Washington, which is a great response.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to say, I mean, Tommy Utah coming out so far really looking like locked in. I mean, this Washington Trident team is no joke this season. We talked about how they had a little bit of a rebrand and, come over to Washington. The Pacific Northwest so far is faring out pretty well for them.
Yeah, doing well. Look, Washington really has that offensive line. They got the protection that Utah needs. Carolina on defense, I need you to start switching up and putting some more pressure up there, maybe some blitzes, so Utah doesn't have that clean pocket. But, on offense, Carolina can do the same thing. They got to keep Quintero and Prasad fresh in there so you can open up your pass.
I think that's the key right there, and we talked about it in pregame, you and I, and we talked about that. That is the lifeblood of this offense is Quintero and Prasad in the backfield, and they've got to get something going. And now, don't listen to anything we say because we have an empty set here on 1st down for Marcus Dunhill under center. Wide receiver goes in motion from the right to the left. We got 3 wide receivers to the left now as Dunhill's going to sit in the pocket. Back, he's going to fire off to the left side, and he's got a receiver. That is Chase Earl down the sideline to the left side.
And when you go empty set, you got to recognize you're not going to have that much time. 3-step drop, get the ball out of your hands, just something quick, and then you can get some yardage right there because you just want to move the ball a little bit. But I love it. 3-step drop, knew where his target was, delivered a strike.
So a little bit heavier set here for 2nd and 3. Dunhill under center. He's got 2 backs in the backfield, I formation. He's going to split out number 84, Chris Curtis, to the right side. He's going to hand it off to Quintero, who's got a little bit of a lane, breaks a tackle, and gets the 1st down for the Skyhawks.
And you see that when Quintero runs the ball, when you go in the middle of the hole, it's called get skinny. It's when you're trying to make your body as skinny as possible to slip in there. We're able to get a 1st down. Good run right there. Tough running.
I got to love the back and forth between the pass and the run, trying to keep this defense of Washington honest right now as Dunhill's going to be under center. He's going to send a receiver from the left to the right in motion, and he's going to drop back. He's got a little bit of pressure coming, but he fires it out to the flat, and that's going to be dropped by number 33. Just couldn't hang on to it. That was Tony Zoma with the drop.
What I like to see from Dunhill is climbing up into the pocket right there. When you kept on dropping back, the defensive ends they're gonna run into you. Step up and then set your feet to deliver a good strike.
2nd and 10 here. Marcus Dunhill under center. He's got 2 backs in the backfield. He's gonna send Chase Earl in motion from the right to the left. He's got 2 wide receivers on his left, 1 on the right now. As Dunhill's gonna hand it off up the middle, a little bit of a lane. And that looked like it was Quintero for about a gain of 4.
Yeah, and that's a good tackle, saving it. But that could have been more yardage because there was nothing up the middle here. 3rd and 6. Carolina does not want to punt this ball against here, so look for that tight end. DeSantis only got 1 target so far.
Dunhill's going to roll out to his right, fire across the middle, and that is going to be a catch. Adam Banks with the reception, climbing the ladder there, and man, how about the throw from Dunhill?
Love it. It's kind of always dangerous when you try to throw across the field. Drag route, you just had to give it a little bit more time to get across the field through a high point. That is the key to that catch right there. High point, that only Banks can catch that ball for a 1st down.
Yeah, beautifully. Beautifully executed for the Carolina Skyhawks. A little bit of run pass balance here for the Skyhawks. It's 1st and 10. Dunhill's going to send DeSantis, who you just mentioned, in motion from the right side to the left side of the line, making it a balanced formation for the offense here. And Dunhill's going to hand it off to the left side, off tackle, and that's going to be a gain of 2 for the running back.
Good job by Warner, inside linebacker right there. DeSantis came for a cut block, but just pushed him down, was able to get there to make a good tackle.
2nd and 8 here. Doubles look as Dunhill's going to hand it off to the left side to Quintero, who cuts back inside. It's a great cut, picking up a good gain, and it's setting up a 3rd and short here.
So what we usually see with Carolina when it comes to the running game is who is the hot hand for the game. Right now, we're seeing more on Quintero's side right there. Another good run, cutting it back up the field, leaving for a short 3rd down.
That's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. You are watching the SFL on VFN. Welcome back, everybody. Mike O'Neill, Anthony Ellison, here for a banger so far of a game as Carolina Skyhawks right now on 3rd and 1. It's a big 3rd down as Dunhill's under center here. I formation, he's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Riley Quintero up the middle. And that's a 1st down for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and they're running behind Rigatoni, Cross, the 2 guards right there. They're confident with Quintero just making cuts of right up the middle right there. Good run.
1st and 10. One back in the backfield. That's Prasad. Bunch set to the left. That's going to be fired across the middle, and that is going to be dropped. Actually, no, they're going to say it's a catch, but it looks like we might have an injury.
Looks like it's a drop right there.
It was a drop. That was, wow, that was a close call there, but they're going to say that was a drop. Wow. That was about as close as they get, Anthony. 2nd and 10 here. We're going to see the same bunch look. Bunch to the right. One back in the backfield for protection. Fires it downfield, and this time it is caught. That is 84, Chris Curtis, downfield for the reception and the big 1st down.
And that time, Washington, it backfired with the pressure. They sent an overload blitz right there. Good job, Dunhill, recognizing it's only going to be one-on-one coverage. Threw it to the outside, so Curtis is the only person that can grab that. Great 1st down.
Yeah, absolutely. Great 1st down. Empty set here for Dunhill as he's going to step back, fire quickly, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Carolina Skyhawks. Put it in there, and that is number 11, Nolan Pierce, with the touchdown.
You know what? The first quarter, they just had to warm up. Both teams had to warm up here. Now we're seeing the offenses that we expect right there. Love it. He got behind both of the safeties, the last line of defense. You cannot be looking in the backfield. Threw it right behind the safety, threw an absolute dot, and now kick away to tie the game.
So pending the extra point, Carolina looking to tie this thing up. And I got to tell you, Anthony, that play happened so fast. I don't think the defense was ready for it because we weren't even ready for it.
No, not at all right there. It was just a quick response from Carolina after Washington really went down the field, and all led by the legs of Quintero running the ball really well that drive.
Yeah, we talk about the balance and the offense for the Carolina Skyhawks relies so much on the run game. That time, you see, they really got it going. You see here, Carolina wide receiver Nolan Pierce, 1st overall pick, 1st SFL touchdown. That is a wow. That's a congratulations, Nolan. That is an excellent feat.
Nolan, make sure you get that ball right there because you will remember your 1st touchdown.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 here. Utah under center. He's going to hand it off to the left side, and that's Christopher Dean, who's going to break a tackle. Fire down. He's going to break another one. He's taking it down, and I don't know if anybody's going to catch him, Anthony. He's going all the way to the end zone. That is green grass.
And that is why you don't skip leg day right there. You keep on working. You drive in there. Broke 3 tackles. These arm tackles don't work in the league when you're going against somebody like Christopher Dean right there. Love it. Kept his balance, stood up, and just went to pay dirt. After that, look, nobody was catching him. Showed off the breakaway speed after breaking a few tackles. Once again, like I said, do those legs in the gym right there. You end up like this.
Oh, a little bit of leg day clinic here for Christopher Dean as the crowd is bumping here in Washington after that massive run. And I got to tell you, Anthony, we haven't seen many explosive runs like that this season, but Christopher Dean putting on a clinic for all the running backs in the backfield right now in the league.
I was just thinking that you don't see it in the league full of more passes and explosive plays from the arm. To see it run like that is refreshing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll tell you, it makes our job pretty easy up here in the booth watching a game like this so far. So we talked about how quickly Carolina put 6 on the board with that pass. How about Christopher Dean? One play, 79 yards, and right here, 80-yard touchdown run, longest touchdown run this season. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and you saw it smashed the previous one of 55 yards right there. And it just shows that Washington is ready to throw blows with Carolina.
Well, we talked about this in pregame coming into this game, what these two teams would look like facing off each other. These are two great teams in the league right now. And we talked about, is it going to live up to the potential? You always want to know, is it going to hold up to the hype? And so far, Anthony, we're getting a treat here. 1st and 10. Dunhill comes out to the line under center. He's got 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right, 2 backs in the backfield. So he waits the snap. He's going to step back, got a little bit of pressure, fires down the middle, and that's going to be caught. Number 80, Adam Banks, with the reception.
And we're seeing why both of these teams are first in their division. They are coming out now, firing on all cylinders right there. Tough throw. You have to get inside coverage on that cornerback, and that's exactly what he did right there. Delivered a strike, 1st down, and now they're moving.
Yeah, and this defensive line, Anthony, is no slouch, and Carolina's offensive line so far is really holding up to the task. Dunhill's going to hand it off here, and that's going to be a pickup of about 5 for Prasad. Let's go over these offensive linemen as well. We didn't have time to finish, unfortunately, before. Tight end Vince DeSantis. On the offensive line for Carolina, Kate Palmer, Chad Rowland, Ricky Rigatoni, and Chris Cross. 2nd and 5 here as Dunhill's going to hand it off, and that's going to be Quintero. They're going to say got about 1 there, and that's setting up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and the thing about Quintero is very shifty here. So when he gets to the line, he waits and then looks at the hole and then accelerates when he finds it. And it's been really good to see him. He's averaging 4 yards a carry.
3rd and 4 here. He's going to hand it off, and that's going to be stopped short. How about that? Coming in for the tackle is Nathaniel Diggs, making a stop here and creating a 4th down situation.
Big time tackle right there. I love how he went to the gap, the hole, broke down his feet, and then made a solid tackle, preventing the 1st down.
Yeah, and this run coverage for Washington is no joke this season. We're going to see a high punt backed into the end zone, and this is going to be a 1st and 10 for Washington. So we get a look at the team stats here. Total yards, 185 for Washington, 130 for Carolina, and you can see across the board, pretty close across the board. I mean, the 1st downs gained 7 to 6. The average yards per play, the big thing that sticks out, 13.2 for Washington.
Very balanced on both sides here, and this is what we are expecting. These are 2 juggernauts. They're going to just come out swinging.
Split spread look here for Washington on 1st and 10. Utah's going to step back in the pocket. He's got a good pocket. Fires down to the right side, and that's going to be caught. Terrell Cooper with that reception.
And back shoulder, you have to really drive off the football if you're going to make this play effective. And that's what he did. Threw it right behind. I love how he squared up, showed the numbers to the quarterback there, Dunhill, and delivered Utah with a beautiful strike.
Beautiful strike indeed as we get another split spread look here. 1st and 10 for Utah. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 wide receiver to his right. He's going to hand it off across the middle, and that's going to be Christopher Dean for a gain of about 3.
And that time what they did was they converged on Dean right there to make sure He didn't break a tackle, and he didn't do what he did last drive when he broke that long run. That was the longest run for the season so far. So good job making an adjustment, Carolina.
2nd and 7 here. We got 2 backs in the backfield. Heavy set. He's going to hand it off across the middle. Up the middle, and that's Shane Kaufman carrying it for a few yards and setting up a 3rd and 4 here for Washington.
Yeah, like right now, Washington right here, 3rd down conversion here. They're doing pretty good. They're sitting in the middle of the league with a 55% completion rating on 3rd down.
3rd down, he's going to fire out to the right side and trying to get it out to Kaufman, or to Christopher Dean, excuse me, and that's blown up for a loss. And Carolina, just like that, their defense answers back, and Washington's going to have to, they're going to have to punt.
And good job by David Joseph right there on the cornerback position, reading the running back out of the backfield, recognized the play was going to him, and just drove on the ball right there and made a good tackle. And Carolina will get this ball back.
We're just being told by our friends in the stats truck, is this going to be returned out to about the 30? Friends in the stats truck just told us that's the first tackle for loss for either team tonight, Anthony.
Very, very impressive, especially how, they've been running the football a good amount, and they just been, the offensive line been getting good pushes on both sides here. Like this is a balanced team. This 2 teams right here that have similar styles of offense, and we're seeing it on the field.
Absolutely. And speaking about balance, nothing says balance like empty set on 1st down, Anthony. 1st and 10. We've seen this work for him. Dunhill, 1st and 10. He's going to fire across to the left side, and that's almost caught but dropped. Chase Earl just couldn't hang on to it.
And Washington did the right thing. When you see an empty backfield, you send pressure. They only got 5 people blocking. You send 6, and they have to make it work. 3-step drop, try to get the ball out before they needed to. But I love the pressure right there.
2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers to Dunhill's left. The lone back in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to that back. That's Quintero, who's going to get about a gain of 4 on that, setting up a 3rd and 6.
Now 3rd and 6 here. I'm Washington. I want to send more pressure. I want to see how this offensive line can do with pressure right here. If Carolina, you're probably looking for your tight end in this situation. DeSantis has been kind of quiet so far this game.
Dunhill's going to roll out to his left. Nice block pickup, and that's going to be intercepted. How about that for the interception? Washington, Maxwell Quimby with the pick.
And if you're going to make that throw, which is perfectly fine, you have to put zip on it and add a little bit more height. You probably didn't recognize the recovery that Quimby did right there. That would be a completion. You just got to throw a little bit more higher and further to the out of bounds line. Great job coming up with the interception here, giving Washington great field position.
Yeah, and that's one thing you don't want to do. This Washington team, they know how to put up some points. But in fact, both of these teams are really good whenever it comes to the red zone. But Washington right now getting awfully close to the red zone. Here's 1st and 10. We see a split spread look again. Heavily favored tonight. That's going to be fired up down the middle and nearly caught, but Mahada could not hang on to it.
He saw a touchdown. I promise you, because there was nobody after that. That's a touchdown throw. You got to complete that right there.
Yeah, and Utah, it looked a little behind Mahada, in Mahada's defense, but nonetheless, 2nd and 10 here. Carolina probably, taking a deep breath after that one.
Oh, yeah.
Second and 10 here, split spread. So Utah's going to send a man in motion from the left to the right. Now having 2 wide receivers on his right and 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to roll out to his right side. He's got a little bit of a time, and that's going to be intercepted. What a play by Shervon Prasad. The linebacker going up and high pointing that one for the interception.
Look, he's leading the league in interceptions. Now he has 6 so far right there. And for a linebacker to lead the league, he's doing something special. And what he's doing, he is a coverage linebacker. He likes to wait and bait the quarterback right there. He's playing deep enough. That's a dangerous throw when you're throwing across your body and you're throwing it into coverage right there. That can lead to trouble like we just saw.
1st and 10 here. Dunhill, a little bit of back and forth, now firing. And that's going to be caught That's Chase Earl with the reception. That's a gain of 6. Nice little curl route here on first down.
Yeah, nice. Just a high percentage throw, and it gives you some good yardage on first time. Sometimes you don't want to run the ball on first down. But right there, that's just the long lost art right there. Just a nice little button hook.
2nd and 4 here. Heavier set for the Skyhawks as Dunhill's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be stopped. Nearly a first down. Riley Quintero picking up 3.
Yeah, now we're going back to 3rd down right here for Carolina. You want to produce points off the turnover. You got to turn over here. So let's see what you can do. I will keep the ball on the ground. I think you're running it really well with Quintero and Prasad right now.
3rd and 1. This is a big 3rd down for the Skyhawks. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Prasad getting the first down, and they're going to move the chains for the Carolina Skyhawks.
Yep, and just keep the ball going. Like, that was a close one right there, but just got enough for the first down. Keep the drive going. 3 minutes left here. You got your timeouts, but you want to see what you can do going into the half.
Dunhill's going to hand it off to the right side. A little bit of space for Quintero. Gets held up on a teammate there and just can't pick up the first down, but nonetheless a good gain of 9.
A really good game, a great push on the right side of the offensive line, the tight end there. I love the receivers blocking as well. The whole team is blocking. They know they can get a good push, and that's what they have.
2nd and 1 here. Dunhill's going to send a man in motion from the right side of the line to the left. Heavy set I formation look here. You got to think run here, Anthony. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Prasad again fighting for it. They're going to give it to him. They're going to say right now that the Carolina Skyhawks picked up this first down.
I will try to look at it real quick. I might challenge that one. That was mighty close right here. But regardless there, Carolina's getting enough push from that offensive line, and you see the balanced running game right here, and they're just finding the holes.
Dunhill's going to hand it off to the right side, and that's going to be, oh no, it looks like we might have an injury. It's going to be Warner, the linebacker for Washington, and you hate to see this, Anthony.
Yeah, leading tackler for the team today, and you just hope he's okay. That's a very important piece that you need to get back in there because they're running the ball up the middle, and you need those thumpers in the middle.
We'll keep you guys updated with the injury as we hear anything. There you can see the numbers there. 13 for 53 for Quintero. 2nd and 9 here. Is Dunhill under center. I spread formation. Wide receiver going in motion from the right to the left, and looking like some zone coverage as Dunhill's going to drop back. He's going to try and get it to his receiver. That was Adam Banks. Just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, and that's John DeSantis coming from the slot position right here. It just made a perfectly timed hit. So it's not a pass interference, but just broke it up just in time.
3rd and 9, this bunch formation we've seen. Carolina really likes this on 3rd downs. Look for a rollout for Dunhill. And he is going to roll out to the left side, and he's going to fire, and he's got a receiver. That was a really, really nice play there to Chris Curtis for the first down.
Yeah, when you run three drags, it's a high-low situation. You see where the linebacker playing. They played a little bit off on that underneath one, and that was just enough for a first down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning here. You guys are watching the SFL on VFN. Mike O'Neill, Anthony Ellison here in Washington. He's Dunhill. He's got a first down here. He's going to hand it off. Go up the middle there for Quintero. It's going to be a gain of 4 for the Skyhawks.
Another good run right here. I think Carolina wants to hold this ball all the way down, try to get some points, and just go into halftime here. But it's really how Washington's going to make an adjustment up the middle now with their linebacker injured.
The 2nd and 6, I formation. They're going to hand it off to the left side, and that's Prasad for a gain of about 3, setting up a 3rd and 3. Another 3rd down situation, Anthony.
Another 3rd down situation here. And from Washington, I want to send some pressure. I don't want them to be comfortable here. You know they're running it. Now, Carolina, look at the box right here. Do you make an audible?
3rd and 3 here, I formation. Dunhill's going to hand it off to the left side, and that's going to be blown up. Nathaniel Diggs all over it.
Great job by Nathaniel Diggs right there, sniffing out that play right there. I would probably call it out of that. You saw they had 10 people in the box. That was going to be very tough right there. Washington, good job after the offense gave up a turnover to hold them to maybe 3, if not none.
Malone Brown pending the extra or the field goal here. This is a long attempt. He's going to try and squeeze it, and then it's going to be good. That's a really, really good kick from Malone Brown.
Yeah, just drew it back in there right there. Just a big leg. And, you know, coming up with any type of points is really good, especially after getting the turnover right there. So Carolina closed the gap here. Washington, to see what you're going to do with you got 60 seconds left. You probably get the ball back after the kick return with like a little bit with 55 seconds. Let's see what you're going to do.
So 12-play drive for the Carolina Skyhawks ends with a field goal. You got to think that they're not too mad about it because they did get some points up on the board.
And any points is better than none right here. You probably wanted to get a touchdown, but let's see how much like your defense can they come up with another turnover.
We'll see what the Washington Trident can do. Coming up on 1st and 10 here. Utah is under center. He's got 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to his right side. He's going to send a man in motion. That's Johan Sutherland. And Utah's going to drop back. He's got a clean pocket. Go out to the flat to the left side, and that's going to be a great broken tackle there. They're going to say it's a first down for Christopher Dean.
Yeah, you better tackle him because, like I said, we saw his first touchdown. It was just breaking all the tackles, running the ball. Now they're catching it, and just leaving him on the island is very dangerous right there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to actually review this, saying that he didn't step out of bounds.
Well, they're doing that just because if he didn't step out of bounds, I don't understand this, but if he didn't step out of bounds, the clock would keep coming. But I think regardless, he got tackled out of bounds.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, we're going to get a second retroactive look at the play.
So if the knee was in bounds before he got tackled out, then the clock would keep going.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a big situation here, and it's overturned. Wow. Carolina's head coach happy about that one.
That was an impressive call right there. Now, instead of being in, like, you know, you push a little bit back on the yardage right there. Interesting nonetheless. Regardless, 2nd and inches for Utah rather than a first down. Split jacks look as we got two backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off the middle, and that's going to go right back to Christopher Dean, who got a very generous yardage count there. Yeah. Good run up the middle. I love it, running behind that center in the guard. Now the clock is moving. Mike, what are they trying to do? Like, you should be getting up to the ball right here, unless you're just okay going to the half with this lead.
Yeah, I think they're okay with it, Anthony. I mean, I think that they're in a position as Utah drops back. He's going to fire out to the left side again. That's a nice little juke move there from Shane Kaufman. But, I don't think there's any rush. You know, I think they like the way their team's playing, and I think that ultimately, you know, they know they get the ball back at half and just kind of taking their time.
I mean, that's the advantage you have when you're up right there. For me, I want to put on as most points as possible. But, you know, be safe, go into the halftime with a lead and grow on that.
And that's going to do it. That's going to send us into the half. So we have reached halftime. Anthony, tell us what you're thinking here. Well, I mean, what do we? If you're looking at these two teams right now, how are you coming out in the second half?
I'll be honest. I'm coming out in the second half less like timid. For Carolina, let's talk about their side there. They had a great running attack with Quintero and Prasad. They're getting really good positive yardage up the middle there. Dunhill with that interception that caused some points for Washington. So, you know, limit the turnovers, be careful, but you're playing good defense. It's a solid offense for Carolina. But as for Washington, for Utah to have 2 interceptions and they're up right there just shows how their defense is playing, which is really well. They had a couple runs by Christopher Dean, mixing some passing down there, but this game is still wide open.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Brakes GPT. Featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more, Brakes GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. And just a little update here from the SFL HQ. We actually, Nicholas Warner is off the injury report, so good news for Washington.
Great news for Washington, because that's your inside linebacker that was leading the team in tackles for this game right here. To get him back is going to be great to go up against the running attack from Carolina.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 as we come out here in the second half. Welcome back to SFL on VFA. My name is Mike O'Neill. Anthony Ellison alongside me as we see Tommy Utah coming out here under center, 1st and 10, split spread look. He's going to send a man in motion from the left side to the right. Got 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to step back into the pocket. After the snap, he's going to sit. He's got a clean pocket, fires downfield, and that's going to be caught. What a way to start out the second half, and there they go. Back to the well. Azami Mahada with that catch.
And that was just all the time in the pocket, and that just, the more time in the pocket, the worse for the defense, because you don't want to be guarding for 5 to 6 seconds because the plays break down and everything. Good job by Washington coming out, delivering a strike. I want to see Christopher Dean run the ball more. He was very effective in the first half.
Absolutely. 1st and 10. It's going to be handoff up the middle, and there he goes again. Christopher Dean breaking tackles. This time only for 8, setting up a 2nd and 2 for Washington.
Yep, quick hit right there. It's a halfback dive, just ran across the field, and he's breaking tackle. He's putting his head down there, but good job clearing the way by that left guard, number 64 for Washington. That was Bill McMillan that led the block.
2nd and 2 here. Utah's going to hand it off up the middle, and that time Shane Kaufman getting a piece of the action for a 1st down.
Now, see what Washington is doing right now. Like, they're testing out the linebackers, Prasad, McLean, Simpson. They're great on pass coverage, but they're trying to see how tough they are in the middle to stop this run.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 here. Utah's going to hand it off. That's going to be a broken tackle, and he is so tough to bring down, Christopher Dean, as he picks up 4.
I promise you, y'all, it's not going to show up in the stat book, but these 4 or 5 yard runs, they are tiring out the defense right there, because Dean, you got Kaufman mixing up in there. They keep on moving their legs. That means that you got to get more people to tackle them. It's just going to end up being tiring from that front 4.
2nd and 6 here. As Utah steps back in the pocket, he fires down, and that's nearly intercepted. He was trying to get it to his receiver, and that was in triple coverage.
Yeah, and that was almost an interception. You have to be careful. You don't really need to throw it in double coverage right there. You're running the ball really effectively. You can set up the play action. You'll have time.
3rd and 6 here, empty set for Utah. He's got a man in motion from the left to the right. It's Terrell Cooper setting up a little bit of a reverse trips on the right side. Utah's going to step back in the pocket. He's got some good protection. Fires down across the middle. Got a receiver, and that is Terrell Cooper. Or that's actually going to be Johan Sutherland with a reception for the 1st down.
Yeah, first catch of the day. You know, it doesn't matter when you get it. When your number is called, you have to be ready. What a absolute strike there on empty backfield, knowing that you don't have that much time, but you have a great play design right there. I love it. Post over the middle, cross over the safety face, first down.
So 1st and 10 here. Our Twins look for the Trident. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off again to Christopher Dean, making a little spin move this time and picking up 3.
And you're seeing Washington coming out of the halftime with a really great game plan here, mixing up the run and the pass. Carolina doesn't know what is going on right here, and they just need to get a big stop here. Another running formation.
2nd and 7. Utah's going to hand it off against, and that's going to be Shane Kaufman getting bottled up there, and they're going to call it 3rd and 6 here for the Trident.
And right there was able to stop that run. That's what you need to do when you're having trouble with the running game.
3rd and 6 here. Utah's going to roll out a little bit to his left, fire across, and that's going to be intercepted. What a play for the Carolina Skyhawks as Mike Ryan coming up with that pick.
Did he get 2 feet down on the interception? Crazy play. But the bobble is concerning me. If I'm Washington, I might get a double look at that play just because it wasn't a clean catch.
They're going to say it's clean. That was it was very, very close. I'll give you that, Ant. So we get another look at the team stats here, and man, the Trident, you can say offensively, it's just taking off. 1st and 10 here for Dunhill. He's going to step back, empty set. Good pass protection there as he fires across the middle. It's an incomplete pass, setting up a 2nd and 10.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Tommy Utah's 3rd interception. And the thing is, they're still winning. That says a lot for the defense for Washington here. Carolina has to respond to get points from the turnover. It's so key.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10, bunch look here. They love these rollouts out of this bunch, Ant. 2nd and 10 here, and that's going to be handoff up the middle this time. Quintero going to pick up a few, and that's going to be 3rd and 5 situation.
And my thing is, like, they came into this today 9th in the league with points off of turnovers, and Washington was 16th. It looks like the roles were reversed because Washington scored off of their turnover, and I think Carolina only has 3 points, if not none.
Wow. Rollout here out of the bunch set here. That's going to be caught across the middle. Dunhill gets it to his receiver. That's Adam Banks on the reception. That's a 1st down for the Skyhawks.
Yep, and this is a nice little rollout, nice throw across the middle right there. Good momentum, high percentage passes. That's what you want to see for Carolina. Now let's go back on the ground.
1st and 10. Dunhill, quick fire out to the right side. That's going to be caught. That was Zoma. And that's going to be blown up at the line of scrimmage. How about Quimby, the corner coming in?
Corner coming in. Rookie cornerback. Got an interception in the first half right here. 4th pick in the 1st round. And now showing that he can come up and make tackles too. Love it.
Yeah, he's playing lights out. 2nd and 10 here. Dunhill under center is going to quick fire out to the right. A little bit of off target. Quimby in coverage there. And wow, 3rd and 10 just like that.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly you can get to 3rd down. 2 incomplete passes. 3rd and long here. Let's see if Washington is just going to sit back in coverage. Looks like that's what they're going to do and hope their front 4 can get some pressure.
3rd and 10 here. Crowd is getting loud here in Washington. Dunhill's going to roll out. Good pass pickup. That's going to be caught across the middle again. Adam Banks again with the reception, Anthony.
That's crazy. I don't think people recognize. He reached over number 20, Mark Kaufman, with one-handed and brought it in before the safety hit him. That is a clean catch, and that's an absolute dot of a throw for Dunhill.
So 1st and 10 here for Dunhill. He's going to hand off to the right side. That's going to be Prasad there for about a gain of 3.
Let's see now with Carolina here. You got really a good catch for 1st down here. You keeping the drive alive. You want to get some type of points out of this here.
2nd and 7. Dunhill's going to hand it off up the middle. Tries to make a move, but can't. Quintero is brought down, set up a 3rd and 6 here. And this Washington defense, they are no joke right now, Anthony.
They are, and that's why they're still having the lead, because they are playing stout defense here. And Carolina just needs to dig deep. They got to get another first down here. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. Dunhill's going to roll out to his left. He's got a little bit of time. Nearly intercepted, trying to find the receiver. He was looking for Chase Earl, but that was all Washington's defense right there.
They are coming to play today. They're stopping the run when they need to. They have 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions here. They're forcing Carolina to punt after Carolina got their first turnover. They're just playing really good defense right now, and that's why they still have the lead.
Yeah, it's been back and forth so far, as we're going to see a punt here, and this one is high. A lot of hang time, takes a really good bounce. And how about that?
Pick it up.
So we're going to see a little bit of a just running some clock. That's how you chew clock right there, Anthony.
That's exactly how you chew clock. That's just, sometimes you got to throw a little bit of that in there. But now Washington, they have the ball back. Now they're a little pin back. Got to be careful coming off of an interception.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, 1st and 10, that is something. As Utah is under center here, backed up at the 8-yard line. They're going to hand it off here, and that's going to be Christopher Dean with that carry, taking it up. That's going to be 2nd and 6 situation.
Ooh, very, very interesting here. Washington, I want to play it safe. I don't even want to throw it here just because you're pinning back. Carolina's looking for that. They're lurking with those linebackers.
Absolutely. 2nd and 6, they're going to hand it off the middle, and that's going to be Kaufman. That's a great run, getting a good push. And that is it's a first down for the Washington Trident. Hey, I got a question. Anthony, how many likes do we have on this? I don't think it's enough. It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action. Help the channel grow through your support. Utah sit in the pocket, fire downfield, tries to get it Mahada, and just a little bit underthrown there. Carolina was all over it.
And look who's there, number 99, Prasad, he's tied right now with another linebacker with 6 interceptions. He was looking for his 7-1 right there.
And we can see right here, you talked about it all night, partner. 3 interceptions for Tommy Utah, and they're still in the lead right now. 2nd and 10. Utah under center. It's got 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to fire out to the flat quickly, and that's going to be Mahada. About a gain of 3. Actually, that's number 45, Julian Gusters. A little bit of fullback action.
And I promise you, if I told you that somebody has 3 interceptions, you would think that they're down by 2 touchdowns. But no, it's just the defense has been remarkable for Washington. Utah
steps back in the pocket, nearly getting touched there, and that is a catch downfield. That's number 81, Phil Cos with a reception.
Ooh, good. I love that. I love that route right there. That's a big time arm throw. That's tough. That's about a good 20 yards down the field, right underneath that safety coverage right there, and good catch.
Absolutely good catches. Washington's moving the chains. 1st and 10 now. Split pro look here for Utah. Under center, he's going to step back in the pocket. Good protection. He's got all day. Fires downfield, and that's going to be a catch by Mahada, and they've been going to that one all night. Mahada's just having a wonderful evening.
And what you're seeing is even with 3 interceptions by Utah, you see confidence in those last few throws right there, because those are not easy throws. You're throwing it into coverage there. That one, you wait for Mahada to turn around and face the ball right there, and you throw a little strike over the middle. A dot is what I love to call it. Over 100 yards from Mahada. Great confident throw.
Absolutely. So they're going to go back to the split probe look here. Two backs in the backfield, one wide receiver on each side. They're going to hand it off this time, and that's going to be a nice gain of about 5 on first down for Christopher Dean. So we set up here, 2nd and 5. Heavier set here as Utah is under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's Kaufman taking it up, and they're going to call that a 3rd and 1. A little bit generous of a spot there, but nonetheless, 3rd and short here.
Yep, 31 right here. Carolina, I like to send some pressure right here. You want to stop them from getting this run. You know Dean's going to break some tackles.
They are going to hand it off, and that's going to be blown up in the backfield by Carolina. And how about number 90, Mojo McClain, the outside linebacker, getting in there on the action?
Yeah, they had a pursuit. They were doing a big run commit right there. So good job, Carolina, slowing down Washington here. A field goal is definitely doable because now you're only down by 1 score instead of 2.
You got to feel like that's a pretty big win for Carolina, holding Washington to 3.
A huge win for Carolina. Now you can set up your regular offense here. You don't need to rush everything. You just need to go down and score.
James Stroll gets the field goal, making it now a 17-10 game. You guys are you're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week with the 11 SFL teams on bye, it's SFL tonight, followed by UFL tomorrow and Monday. SFLM action returns Thursday, and SFL Week 9 kicks next Friday with Mike and Gerald at 7:15 Eastern right here on Exciting Week on VFN. So 1st and 10, Carolina gets back out here. Dunhill, you got to think he's got to take some command here as we closing in the end of the 3rd quarter, getting ready to start the 4th quarter, and we'll see what Carolina can do here. As Dunhill's under center, he's got 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's going to hand off to the right side. That's Quintero, and that's going to be no gain. And look who it is, partner, Quimby.
It does not playing like a rookie, just playing just lights out football for a 1st round 4th pick rookie. I love it.
Oh, man, you've reached the 4th quarter. Make sure to put your 4s up in chat. And we hope you guys are enjoying your evening tonight. Anthony Ellison alongside myself, Mike O'Neill. And we've got a good one here. Carolina's got the ball, trying to make something happen as Marcus Dunhill under center. High spread formation. He's going to roll out to his left. Fire to the left side, nearly intercepted. Man, I'll tell you, and I don't know if we can call his name enough. Quimby again.
Just in the right place. I love what the defensive coordinator is doing, placing Quimby in the right spots, trusting in the rookie to make these plays, and that's exactly what he's doing. 3rd and long here. I think Washington's going to sit back in coverage and just see what the front 4 is going to do.
3rd and 10. They love this bunch look. Crowd is getting loud here. They want Washington off the field here. Dunhill's going to fire down to the right side, and that is nearly intercepted. And the Trident come up with a big 3rd down stop.
A huge 3rd down stop right there. And it was just a front 4 pressure that made Dunhill throw the ball sooner than what he wants to. And now they're punting the ball back. Washington can chew clock.
So we're going to see Washington get the ball back as the punt is returned. That's Phil Cause back there. They're going to start at the 46. I mean, how about that field position?
It's a great field position. Now you want to do 2 things on this drive, Mike. You want to run the football because you want to tire out that defensive line for Carolina. And when you run the ball, you're going to chew the clock as much as possible. You don't really need to throw early in the downs if you don't need to, but just try to push that defensive line.
1st and 10 here. It's Utah under center. Utah's got a little bit of time in the pocket, fires downfield, and he's got Mahada again, taking it all the way down to the 20. How about Azami Mahada this evening?
Absolutely on fire. You got to put some more coverage around him. Like put a safety over the top. That's wide open. That's a seam route. that their coverage is not ready for a seam run. Mahada's not doing anything crazy, just running to the open field, and Dunhill is just finding him with the strike.
Unbelievable. 1st and 10 here as Utah's going to hand it off to the left side, and that's going to be Kaufman taking it up for about a gain of 4, setting up a 2nd and 6.
You're already in field goal position, so right here, you're just trying to see, you want to get more than 3 here. You want to separate yourself in this quarter and make it even harder for Carolina to try to make a comeback here. But it's just been an absolute beautiful throws by Mahada over the middle that's been hurting this Carolina defense.
Utah's got a man in motion from the left side to the right side, and that's Mahada. We've been talking so much about heavy set here. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be Dean for about a gain of 3, setting up a 3rd and 3, and a lot of 3rd downs tonight, partner.
A lot. We're seeing a lot more than I usually do here, and been seeing some unique outcomes from it. So now we got set up with another 3rd down here. Carolina, I want to send the house. If I was there, I'll send the house because they're probably going to run the football.
See the 3rd down efficiency, 7 for 15 for Carolina, 3 for 7 for Washington. As Utah's going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be fighting for a 1st down. Wow, how about Shane Kaufman with the grit to get it over the sticks and picking up a 1st and goal here for Washington.
And they sent two blisters and just broke the tackle and then fell backward. Legs. Don't skip leg day.
Oh, you heard it here first as Utah's going to hand it off, and that's going to be blown up this time. Mojo McClain coming in and getting a good tackle there at the line of scrimmage. So we set up a 2nd and goal here. I formation, 2 wide receivers to Utah's left, 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle, looking to run the ground game here as Shane Kaufman picks up a few, setting up a 3rd and goal. And we just got word that the final score over in Pittsburgh, Nashville 13, Pittsburgh 20. So the Riverhawks get the win. Gun formation here. 3rd and goal. Trips to the left. Utah's going to fire it. That's nearly, wow. He just barely got that out, and there, he's lucky that didn't go backwards, partner.
Mike, I tell you, nothing comes good of somebody throwing off their back foot like in a 360 spin. This is not bad. You don't do that. That is just all teams in trouble. You know what? Get the offense off the field. Let the special teams do their job and get these points.
As James Stroll comes out to try and kick a field goal, and that's going to be good. Increasing the margin to 10 points. The Washington Trident are ahead here. And how about, let's talk about this week. Week 10 gets started on Friday with the Wilson SFL kickoff show at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Mike and Gerald get you ready for another weekend slate of games. Friday features Albuquerque in Florida at 8 p.m. Eastern, plus Indianapolis and Atlanta, Fort Worth and Bossier City, and OKC in Washington. It's all right here on VFN.
Great lineup to start the week.
Absolutely. A lot of really good games. We got a lot of good action here, too, tonight.
Yeah, we've been, this is interesting. Like I said, division leaders here, you know that they didn't want to lose because they only have like a 1-game lead from the first and second place. So you're trying to see who's going to separate themselves. There's still a lot of ball game left. I'm not putting Carolina out of it. A turnover, a quick touchdown can make this a game here, but it's very important this drive, you make something of it.
So 1st and 10 here, empty set here for the Skyhawks. Dunhill under center. He's going to roll out to his left. Now a little bit of pressure, fires across the middle. That's caught somehow.
How?
Riley Quintero showing off the hands with a diving catch, setting up a 2nd and 1.
Look, Quintero's doing everything that he possibly can to keep this offense going, because I don't know how you catch it on the ground underneath between the legs of people.
2nd and 1 here. I formation. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and that is going to be Quintero picking up a 1st down with a generous amount.
Yeah, and it hasn't been flashy, but he'll gash the defense for these 5-6 yards runs that will get the 1st down or set up like 2nd and short, and that's really helpful.
Dunhill under center is going to hand it off. This time it's to Prasad, who bows over a defender and picks up 5. And I'll tell you what, Prasad, maybe not known for the strength, but how about that hit?
Yeah, and then ran over DeSantis right there. You gotta like keep the body motion going. If not, you're gonna get ran over.
2nd and 5 here. Heavy set, loaded box here as they send everybody. Washington gets home though with the tackle for loss. Set up a 3rd and 4 here. That is impressive.
Very impressive. You got an audible out of it to avoid that here. This 3rd down here, you're thinking about you're in 2 down territory if you don't get it right here. You want to see a good throw over the middle.
Dunhill firing. That's going to be caught on the right side. He's got his receiver, Adam Banks, on the post here.
Yeah, that's big 3rd down. Big time play right here. I love the little flashiness of the catch. Just a nice little skinny post between 3 people. That's throwing it into a window right here. 1st down that they needed.
Absolutely. You see Adam Banks' numbers there. 5 receptions, 85 yards, averaging 17 yards a catch. I mean, that's pretty good. 1st and 10. Dunhill sets up under center. He's got 3 wide receivers. He's going to fire downfield, and that is another great grab there. That's number 11, Nolan Pierce, who had his 1st touchdown. And let's go ahead and call that the nice hands catch of the game. That's a Retroid. Put a Retroid in your hands and play the only game that allows you to play SFL 4K23.
They make it look just easy. That's a tough catch. That can like hurt you right there. And what a way to keep the drive going.
Dunhill fires down. That's an incomplete. Just couldn't hang on to it. Was Chase Earl there?
I know why, because it wasn't a one-handed catch. The one-handed catch, that's a touchdown.
2nd and 10 here. Dunhill under center. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right, 1 to his left. They're going to hand off to the left side. And that's going to be a gain of 2 for Quintero.
And good job by the inside, by the linebackers like today. Warner, Diggs, they have been playing really great on the run when they can to try to like contain Quintero right here. Setting up a 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 8 here. Dunhill's going to roll out to his left, fire, and it's going to be incomplete out of the hands of Adam Banks, or Chase Earl there. Just couldn't hang on to it, Anthony.
Yeah, and that was number 33 on the play right there. Willie Bands, the safety, just made the tackle right when the ball got there. That's not pass interference. That's actually clean. And great stop by Washington here, setting up a field goal. Now we got to start thinking about what you're doing here. You're probably not going to onside kick it if you make this, but you got to get a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, absolutely. And the kick is up, and it is good, making it a 7-point game rather than a 10. And you know, look, this is one of those situations. You're really in a fine little area of what you could do, because it could go either way. They could onside kick it, or they could kick it and play defense. You don't really know what's going to happen. It looks like they are going to try an onside kick it here, Anthony. They're going to kick it out, and that's going to be caught immediately by Washington. Just not a very good kick, and Washington's going to get the ball in the 40.
Yeah, that's the gamble you want to take, but I mean, I don't mind the call there because you look at it, Washington has 3 timeouts. They have the 2-minute warning. They are running the ball at a group rate of over 160 yards. Christopher Dean with 129 yards right there. So you have to do something. You got to send some pressure. You need to try to force a turnover.
1st and 10 here. Utah under center. And they're going to hand it off up the middle. And that's going to be a gain of 1 for the running back. And Carolina did exactly what they needed to there, Anthony.
Yep. So now is time like what Washington can do here. You know they're going to be slowly getting to the line, slowly getting back to the huddle. It's about when Carolina is going to use the timeouts.
Absolutely. And even if Washington doesn't get a first down here, I mean, there's no guarantee they're going to make a field goal from this distance.
Oh, absolutely. I'm still just bringing pressure as much as I can for Carolina.
That's going to be handoff up the middle. Good pickup there, setting up a 3rd and 3 for Shane Kaufman.
This first down won't be for the game, but it will start the panic mode for Carolina here. Cause then you have to probably use a timeout before the 2-minute warning, and they're already close to field goal range. So you try to get a sack or interception here. Washington, stay on the ground.
Soft box here, a little bit for Washington or for Carolina as Utah's under center. It's got split backs in the backfield. They're gonna hand it off here, and that's gonna be a little bit of open space there. And how about Christopher Dean getting the first down? I mean, he's been so good all evening, and you got to imagine it's not surprising he gets a first down when his team needs it.
Absolutely. Recognize that the middle was clogged up. Just bounce it right behind that tackle to the outside. And as soon as he got to the outside, he knew he was going to get that first down. He was going to lower the shoulder and just drive with the legs.
So 1st and 10 here as we reach the 2-minute warning. You guys are watching SFL on VFN. I'm Mike O'Neill here, Anthony Ellison alongside me. Dwayne Schindler and Eddie Gage in the stats truck, and Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ producing for us. We got a good one here, 7-point game. It's Tommy Utah under center. Washington's trying to burn this out. They're going to hand it off the middle. Christopher Dean, only a gain of 1 there as Carolina's going to call their first timeout.
But now it's the timeout game's here, so Washington's in a good driver's seat. Just keep it on the ground. You don't need to do anything like pretty in the air. Don't need to.
So we get a 2nd and 9 here. Utah under center. Again with this split jacks formation. Heavy set. They're going to hand it off to the left side. Christopher Dean this time has nowhere to go, setting up a 3rd and 8 situation. Now, this is a little different, Anthony.
I'm still doing the same thing. I wouldn't force it because you got ball hawking linebackers there that's looking for over the middle. I would just run towards the center, give you a field goal kicker the best line possible if you don't get it on a run.
The split spread look, they're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be not a first down here as Christopher Dean's taken down after a gain of 3. Carolina's going to call another timeout, and Washington's going to have to kick a field goal here. And I will say, Anthony, we've seen some misses this weekend.
Yeah, we have. So this is not a automatic. You try to line it up as closest to the middle as you can. Right foot kicker to the left hash.
And that kick is going to be up, and that is through, creating a 10-point margin again. And just like that, Washington's got to be happy. James Stroll puts the kick through, and they're back up 2 scores.
Yeah, and that's how you play it. Like I said, it's exactly not flashy, but it's what you need. You're up by 2 scores here. Now Carolina got to dig deep in that playbook about big plays with less time to doing it.
Kickoff here is going to be returnable. It's a return to Carolina about 5-yard line. A little spin move for Nolan Pierce, taking it out to the 27 as we'll see Marcus Dunhill come out here and try and be the hero for the Skyhawks here. I mean, you got a minute and a half. You've only, I don't believe you have any timeouts left, but regardless.
You get back on the ball as quickly as possible after every completed pass.
Got to hustle here. Dunhill's going to drop back, fire across the middle. That's going to be caught by a receiver fighting his way up, and they're going to keep this rolling. 2nd and 1 here. Dunhill under center. Out of this bunch look again. He's going to roll out to his left side. This time he's going to be hit as he tries to throw, and that's going to stop the clock. But how about Washington defense with a hit on Dunhill?
And we've been saying that all day today right there. Just pressure, not having Dunhill be able to set his feet to make the throw right there, and we saw it again. 3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1 here. spread formation here. He's got two backs in the backfield. Dunhill's going to drop back into the pocket, fire downfield, and that's caught. Chris Curtis with the grab, and they're going to keep things moving. They got to keep some tempo here. 1st and 10 as Dunhill's under center. 3 wide receivers out. He's going to fire out to the flat. Got a little bit of space. Tony Zoa breaks a tackle, gets it up, and that's a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 here. They're going to keep things going. Dunhill's going to drop back. He's going to be sacked in the backfield. Rodney Panani comes in and gets the sack, and they're going to keep things going here. 3rd and 10. Dunhill's just going to spike it.
I don't know about spiking the ball right there because now you're on 4th down. You have to get the 1st down here. I know the sack might have caused some confusion. By the way, fantastic blitz off the edge by number 52 to get to it. That's the defensive end, went free. Big 4th down here. This is for the game.
Yeah, absolutely. The crowd is loud right now in Washington, and this is the game right here. Dunhill fires downfield, and that's going to be broken up by the defender, and the Carolina Skyhawks, just like that, turn the ball over.
And what a great sound completed game by Washington there. Constantly bringing pressure. So Dunhill could not get the feet set all day, forcing the ball in areas he didn't need to. Now Washington going into everybody's favorite formation, the victory formation, getting themselves the 6th win of the season.
So Tommy Utah coming out in the best formation of football, the victory formation, and they're going to take a knee, and looks like they're going to have to take one more to drive this home. But this has been crazy. We came into this pregame talking about these two teams, what we were going to see tonight out of these two teams, and I'd say overall, even though it's a 10-point game, this has been pretty back and forth. I think Washington's defense was the difference tonight.
Yep, the Washington defense was they knew that Quintero and Prasad was going to run the ball effectively, but didn't give Dunhill the time that he needed to get those completions. Never had a rhythm there. Only completed 48% of his passes. Had the turnover there, so it was Washington defense that kept them in the game.
And that is going to do it for us here. As your final score, Washington Trident 23 and Carolina Skyhawks 13. Anthony, break it down for me.
It was Washington able to get the big plays passing with Mahada when they needed to, and then Christopher Dean out of that split back, running the ball 20 times for over 140 yards was absolutely phenomenal. They played a great offense, and their defense came to play, led by the rookie Maxwell Quimby with tackles, with the interception, the pass deflection. It's an overall complete balanced game for Washington.
Who's your player of the game?
My player of the game, I'm going with Christopher Dean with that big 80-yard run that leads the league now right there, and just kept the Washington offense balanced.
I'd say it's a toss-up between Dean and Mahada. I think both of those two were absolutely great for this Washington team. Nonetheless, that's going to do it for us here. My name's Mike O'Neill. Alongside me, Anthony Ellison. We've got Dwayne Schindler and Eddie Gage in the stats truck, and Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Good night, everybody. Thanks again.